birds are singing. They must know it's day 31 of my 365-day running challenge. It's a glorious morning this morning. Super beautiful. Just makes you want to go for a run. So I've got a great story coming up today. I'll tell you after my run. Not sure how far I'm going to go today. Did 5 yesterday. Probably going to do 7 or 8 today. And yeah, I'm going to tell you this great story after my run today. A little bit embarrassing, but it's from a long time ago, so it's all about running and about cheating. Lessons we learn, folks, lessons we learn. So I'm going to get into it, get this run knocked off, day 31, and I'll be back again soon with you all. See you soon. Oh, day 31 done, and a good run, I have a confession to make. It's getting harder to run slow. I just yeah, the fitter I get, I'm finding it harder to slow down and just run at a slow pace, which I need to do on most runs. It's part of the training process, but yeah, it's really interesting how hard it is, or how hard it's becoming to run slow. So 31 days ticked off. Some would say that's a month, and for all those people that have done a 30-day challenge, I'm on the other side. It's okay here, it's safe. You can do it, you can do it. So yeah, 8k this morning, very good, sub 50 minutes, so feeling okay with that. And yeah, every part of the body's feeling good this morning. So I wanted to share a story. It's a bit embarrassing, but and you probably got from the thumbnail title that it was something to do with this challenge. Well, it's not. So when I was 11 years old, I was living in New Zealand, that's where I'm from, and I was at intermediate school, or middle school I guess they call it in the US, and I was in a classroom of a few bullies. I had a few bullies around me, and every week we used to have a PE class, a physical education class, and our teacher for that physical education class wasn't very creative, because all he wanted us to do every week was go running, and that's the only PE we got. So we would head down to the school oval, grass oval, running track. We'd start off, we'd do one circuit of the running track, and then we would head out onto a side track that led through a little bushy, foresty area, which went for about 1.5 kilometers, and then we'd pop out on one of the main roads. We'd run along the main road for a bit until we got to the school entrance on the main road, and then we'd come in the main gates and run down the long driveway, around a few classrooms, out onto the track again, and one lap to finish off, and that would be our PE class for the week. So I used to be in a class of about 25 to 30 kids, and we would take off, and I would take off fairly conservatively just to make sure that I was strong at the finish. That was always my strategy, was to try and be strong at the finish. So nearly every week I ended up finishing in the middle of the pack. So I was somewhere around, 10, 15, somewhere around there. And yeah, it used to really annoy me. So one day these bullies who used to give me a hard time came up to me and said, "Hey Philpot, why don't you come with us on the run? We want to show you something." And I thought immediately that this was not going to be a good thing. So I said yes. And I saw it, I guess, as an 11-year-old, a chance to get in with the bullies and to save myself a little bit. So I didn't really have the thought that I was setting myself up for failure or anything like that. So I decided to listen to them. So they said, "Okay, when we start running this week, you take off fast with us and come with us into the bush." So that was the strategy. And these 3 kids, they used to always finish first, second and third in this race every single week. And I was like, wow, not only are they bullies, but they're fast runners. And in some weird kind of way, it impressed me that they were able to run so fast. So anyway, on this particular week we took off and we got into the bush, and we were a long way ahead of the next group of kids, and we went a little way into the bush, and then they stopped running and they said, come on, down here, down here. And we cut off down through the bush, which literally cut the whole running trip in half. And we popped outside of a classroom, and we hid around the back of that for a little while, waiting for the other kids to do their road piece and all the rest of it. And then we ran out as though we were fresh and running fast towards the finish. And of course I didn't win still. I came fourth out of the four of us, and but it felt fantastic to be near the front for once, and I thought I'd redeemed myself with the bullies, which I had not done, of course. And yeah, but this whole idea of cheating really played on me. So we went back, we had our showers, and we got back to class and everything, and then I couldn't stand it. So after class I went and told the teacher that I cheated, and I wasn't very pleased about that. I got a detention, of course, and he asked me if anybody else was involved, and I said yes, the 3 other kids. So I was a snitch as well, and I dobbed them in, and we all got into trouble, and I got into more trouble because the bullies picked on me more, even more after that. So a very clear motto of the story: cheating never counts. And if you're out there and you've got an old cheating story, why don't you share it in the comments? Yeah, that was the one and only time that I've ever cheated at running. So that was something I'm not proud of, but I wanted to share the story today. So there you go, day 31 of my 365 day challenge, a confession from the heart. I cheated as an 11-year-old in a running race at my school. So there we go. Okay folks, I'm going to head off now and have a lovely day. And I wish you all a beautiful day. Thank you for following my challenge. Only 330 odd days to go, folks. And we'll be there at the end, so don't worry about that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the little bell notification. You'll be notified when my videos do drop. And don't forget to leave a comment or a like. I love all that sort of stuff, and I'll respond to all the comments in the videos. And at the end of the video you can check out my running time from today and from the challenge today. And I'll see you all again tomorrow. Have a happy day, stay well, stay safe, and go for a run.